Justin Baldoni dropped by after Blake Lively files complaint accusing him of sexual harassment and retaliation. What kind of PR firm puts anything like this in writing? I wouldn't hire them for that reason alone. It's insane to think about how much influence these PR firms can have online. I'm actually a bit rattled. The irony of this happening on the set of a film about domestic violence and abuse towards women. Robert De Niro's $1 billion Wildflower Studios, the world's first vertical film studio and production soundstage in Queens, New York, is complete and already operational. Why has no one ever stacked studios vertically before? Robert De Niro really put his money where his mouth is. He want movies made in NYC. This a big step forward. I initially thought by vertical film studio it meant a studio focused on creating only vertically shot films for phones, and I'm very happy that's not the case. NXT spoilers: Superstar comes out to confront Obafemi. Probably the most organically excited Booker T has been in months. LOL. The match I've wanted since TNA and NXT started working together. It's gonna be good. Strong nostalgia vibes. MGS Unsone. I can read your every move. He even moved my controller. That's an awfully specific statement for a normie. Gamers, as long as he's playing one specific boss on one specific game, I can tell every time. You like to play Castlevania, don't you? First image of Christian Bale as Frankenstein in Maggie Gyllenhaal's The Bride. Bale actually sewed himself for the role. Just as a joke for horror fans, a Frankenstein movie should intentionally state the monster is named Frankenstein and the doctor is known as Frankenstein's mad scientist. Enemy variety should be a bigger priority in modern games. Game devs, different colors/reskin enemies on different levels is not variety. I like Jedi Survivor for the variety of enemies and the different tactics needed for each one to take them out efficiently, had me getting a bit stressed a few times, especially on the special fights. Breath of the Wild 2 had about 10 enemies with different colors. Jim Carrey returning for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. The one thing that could pull him out of retirement. I really enjoy these Sonic movies. Looking forward to this. NXT spoilers: Superstar signs the contract. The many Starks of Newark. From New Orleans, it works. Should drop the S though. Ricky Saint is better. Harry can be quite cunning. Out of context, this sounds so dodgy. Particularly with Harry's whimsical smile, and Hermione's quiet shock. That's what she said. I wish that in the Harry Potter series, both in the books and movies, that they showed the Muggle way of dealing with things and how effective they can be. The closest instance I can think of other than this is the time Mr. Weasley and a doctor at St. Mungo's tried out the concept of stitching, and all that led to was Mrs. Weasley giving them an earful of essentially racism about how stupid Muggles and their ideas are. Lionsgate pulls Megalopolis trailer offline due to made-up critic quotes and issues apology. That's hilarious. Did they just think no one would notice? This seems like a huge unforced error, since I'm sure they would be able to find unflattering review quotes about Coppola's movies. The next Bond movie should be Bond being assigned to a mission and doing it. It's really getting cliched that spies in spy movies are always framed and get chased by their own government. At least the last Mission Impossible kind of lampshades this, saying they always go rogue, but it's really just not edgy and surprising anymore, and hasn't been for a long time. Just predictable. Yeah, I'm kinda over the whole secret organization thing, and also the grizzled retired agent thing. Just show me Bond going on cool missions. And the next Star Trek movie shouldn't have the Enterprise blow up. The saddest scene in Star Wars. Seeing that as a kid really tore me up. Some of those scenes in Clone Wars where named clone troopers died are even more brutal. I think Fives' death will always be the saddest for me, makes me cry every time. As someone with pets their whole life, this one and the scene where the Rancor handler sees its dead body are both absolutely brutal. I believe Matthew McConaughey's 4-year run to rebrand his career was the greatest rebrand of a star in movie history. Who else should be considered as the best rebranded career? Not to the same degree, but Colin Farrell has really been making great films lately. He's gone from trying to make big blockbusters to thoughtful independent films and has really done well. I've always been a fan, so it's good to see. There was a time when Bruce Willis was a strictly comedic actor. The whole reason he was cast in Die Hard is that he wasn't the action star type. Woody Harrelson coming out of Cheers and still ending up in big time movies today. Kurt Russell went from being mostly known as a former Disney child actor and successfully gained acclaim as an actor with Elvis, 1979, Used Cars, 1980, Escape from New York, 1981, and The Thing, 1982. After that, he just solidified it with Big Trouble in Little China, Overboard, Tequila Sunrise, Tango and Cash, and so much more. All that with a brief baseball career between his child actor days and his breakthrough as a serious actor. Leslie Nielsen and Liam Neeson are like inverse examples. Why Dana Carvey, Bill Hader, and more SNL legends skipped 50th anniversary show. Dana Carvey church lady meeting Bill Hader's Stefan would be a great sketch. Sad Norm couldn't make it? It reminds me of that tragedy. I understand wanting to have celebrity guests there, but it really should have been more about all the full-time cast members over the years. As much as I like the guy, I don't think Pedro Pascal when I think SNL. Like and subscribe.